Thank you, Holy Spirit. So let me just do a few backtracks. So welcome again, everyone. This masterclass, the commitment code, is brought to us by the Trivers Tribe community. So let's meet you. If you can, tell us your name in the chat box, your location, and your expectations for tonight. Let's get that started. And if you prefer to unmute yourself to speak, please unmute yourself and tell us your name, your location, and what you expect from tonight's masterclass. Over to you. I want to believe we're typing. Thank you, Oluwabumi. Oluwabumi is from Calgary in Canada. She's hoping to learn what it takes to stay committed. Thank you so much for sharing. We're glad to have you. Anybody else would like to share? Hi, Sophia. Welcome. She's from the UK. She's expecting to learn what it means to remain committed. Thank you. If we have one more person share, we go on. Oluwatobi says she's based in London. She wants to learn to stay committed. Thank you so much for everyone that I've shared. And my expectation as well is that at the end of this session, we'll understand what commitment is and how we can stay committed. So let's meet our speaker, my humble self. Oh, when I see this picture, I always love it because I look so serious and so pretty. Yes, so my name is Ade Oyinbo or Ade Joke in full. And this is my bio. I am God's prototype who embodies his joy. I am an evangelist, I'm a teacher, I'm a herald, an intercessor, and a dynamic leader. I'm also a global influencer, a visionary, community builder, an advocate for a reformed mindset. I'm a strategist, an innovative problem solver. I'm a catalyst for change, an adept communicator. I'm a self-leadership and mindset coach. I'm a member of the Maxwell leadership team. My mission is to raise self-leaders whose minds are reprogrammed in order to create life breakthroughs. I have worked with tens of people on this journey. Yeah, let me just go on. And as a professional, I'm an experienced sales leader with over a decade experience in B2B and B2C realms across diverse industries such as renewable energy, business aviation, education across Europe, Africa, and the United Kingdom. I'm an experienced people lead and a growing serial entrepreneur. I'm a devoted wife, a mother, and a minister dedicated to spreading the gospel and the love of God. This is my humble self, Adejoke Oyinbo. So let's do a few housekeeping. I promise us that tonight is just going to be 1 hour max. I hope that in 1 hour, we're able to cover everything we need to cover. And I hope that we're able to do that. The only thing that can, extend our stay here would be the Q&A, because really, I know that a lot of us will have questions or things we want to learn more about commitment. And I hope that at the end of today's session, we would have met those expectations. Participate actively. I always encourage us to participate actively. Don't let this be one of those Zoom sessions where you're just logged in and you're not participating. Have your video on. It always keeps us engaged. It helps the speaker. It helps you to also stay connected. Sit in a quiet and comfortable room. I know some of us are on the way. Some people have shared that they're on their way, but that's fine. Get your writing materials. A lot of nuggets will be shared this night. A lot of insights will be shared. And it's just good to write them down. Ask questions, take part in all of the activities. We'll be having activities where we'll need to talk, where I'll ask questions. That's okay. Stay safe, safe trip. And then get a bottle of water. You need water, and then be open-minded. So that's housekeeping. So let's go on. Let's take our commitment. I always want us to take our commitment. So if you can, unmute yourself and join me to take this commitment together. So let's go on. 1, 2, 3, let's go. I value myself, my time, and that of others. Hence, tonight, I commit wholeheartedly to being present and actively engaged throughout the session. I understand the value of this learning opportunity and pledge myself fully to the discussions, activities, and shared knowledge. I will attentively listen, ask thoughtful questions, and contribute insights where relevant, fostering a collaborative and enriching experience for both myself and fellow participants. So help us God. Amen. I always like to take this commitment because it just helps our minds understand that we need to be mindful of the moments that we're sharing together, and we need to engage. So thank you for taking that. So let's get straight into the crux of the matter for tonight, the commitment code. I'm not sure if I've seen any masterclass talk about commitment, but one of the things we're sharing in the Thrivers community this year, our focus this year is on soft skills. And when we say soft skills, we're trying to see, thank you, Oluwatobi, it's good to see your face. When we say soft skills, we're trying to empower ourselves because these are skills that you can use regardless of whoever you are, whatever you do. There's always a place for soft skill. Whether you're at the peak of your career or at the beginning of your career or at the end of your career, there is always a need for soft skills. And you can never get to that point where you think, oh, I'm now an expert in a soft skill, because there's always room for improvement. There's always room for more. And I sat down and, just brainstorming on the list of soft skills we could talk about in the community. And I realized that there is one people rarely do talk about, and that is commitment. You rarely see masterclasses on commitment. Thank you, Olufolake. Please drive safely. You rarely do see people talk about commitment. You rarely do see masterclass on commitment. And I realized that commitment is actually one of the things people miss when it comes to not being able to achieve their goals, not being able to succeed in life. So what is the problem? What is commitment? What is it all about? How can we stay committed? Who or what should we be committed to? And these are the things we'll be discussing this evening. And that's why I said the commitment goal. So look at this beautiful picture. You can see the guy is excited, so much energy in him. He's shouting, oh, he has won the race. He's so excited. So at this junction, I'm just going to pause here and we're going to take a poll. I want us to take a poll. I'm going to launch the first poll. One sec. Yes, the commitment code. So I'm launching the poll. It's just going to be for 5 minutes. They're just 3 questions, and I want us to answer as much as we can. So let us start answering if you can. If you're not driving, if you're driving, it's okay. We'll understand. So if you're not driving, please take the commitment code poll. There are 3 questions. The first question is, what is the difference between a daydreamer and a dream achiever? The second question, what is one thing you have started that you would like to finish? And the third question is, are you a starter or a finisher? So let us take that poll, and we'll do that in 5 minutes. Welcome, Queen Esther. Good to have you. Okay, so we have 1 person answered. We're waiting for the others. 2 answers already.
Apology, I was looking for the link. I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I couldn't see the link again. The one we're answering questions, sorry.
Okay, the poll.
Yes, please.
You might need to, I don't know,
Okay.
check. Are you joining on your phone or your computer?
On my phone. Okay, I think I've seen it now. Okay, let me
Yes,
mute
yes.
myself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I see two people have answered, and I see a few people just joining us. Welcome, Temitope. If you're just joining us, please put your name in the chat, your location, and what your expectation will be for tonight. We've just started, and we are actually taking a poll on commitment code. So if you can check your screen on your device, if you're joining from a computer or from your phone, kindly go through it and take the commitment poll. We are going to round up that in 2 minutes. We started about 3 minutes ago. 3 answers in, amazing, amazing, amazing. So 3 questions to answer. The first one is, what's the difference between a daydreamer and a dream achiever? And the next question is, what is one thing you have started that you would like to finish? And the third question is, are you a starter or a finisher? So if I can get one more answer, we would just end the poll and go on. Thank you to everyone that's been able to give the answers. The commitment poll, yes, if you're joining on your phone, you might need to minimize or do something to see it. But if you're on your computer, you should see the poll because I've launched the poll. You can also look for more and click the 3 dots and then search for poll. It automatically should pop up, but if you're not seeing it, then you might have to just check on your device to be able to see it. Okay, I think I can end the poll and share the results. So I'm going to share the results now. Let's see what people answered. Let me know if you can see the results with a thumbs up. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share what people are saying, and I need to just share that on my screen. But I don't want to share with the name, so I'll just read it out. Someone says that for the question, what's the difference between a daydreamer and a dream achiever? She says, daydreamer never takes actions to live the dream, never committed to the dreams. So people that are daydreamers, they never take actions, they are never committed to their dreams. I love the word never committed. So the word commitment is coming up. Someone says a dream achiever doesn't just dream, but takes necessary action. A daydreamer is a wishful thinker. Someone says taking consistent action. Someone says the main difference is the action and consistency. And so for the second question, I asked, what is one thing you have started that you would like to finish? Someone said writing stories. Someone says structuring a business properly. Someone says personal development, and someone says finishing at least a book every month. And then the final question where I asked, are you a starter or a finisher? So we had 2 people say they're starters, 2 people say they're finishers, and 1 person says they are not sure. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then we go back to our slides. And I would explain why we had to take that poll shortly. But before I explain that, when you hear the word commitment, what comes to your mind? What comes to mind when you hear the word commitment? You can put in the chat if you can. What comes to mind when you hear the word commitment? Stay true, okay. What else comes to mind? Staying focused, dedicated. What else comes to mind? Being fully devoted. Wow, these are so yeah, we're all on points. Now let's look at this guy. Do you think this guy is a daydreamer or an achiever? Commitment means staying true to something regardless of the circumstances. I like that. So how do we classify this guy? Is he a daydreamer or an achiever? He's at the finish line, consistent. He's an achiever, yes. He's running a race, he's at the finish line. He's from Switzerland because I can see Zurich written on him. We all agree he's an achiever. Now, let's flip it back a little to ourselves. In what areas in your life do you think you're just daydreaming? There are areas where we achieve. So maybe you wanted to get married, you're married, glory be to God, you have children. You've achieved that, right? You wanted to get a job, you have a job, you're doing well at your job, you've achieved that. For some of us, wanted to jackpot, we jackpot. We're not in Nigeria, we achieved that. But all of us, in fact, including myself, we have those areas where we're just daydreaming. Can you put in the chat room one area of your life that you wish you could be more of an achiever than a daydreamer? What area of your life do you think you could be more of an achiever than a daydreamer? Reading daily, okay, interesting. Writing, your finances, thank you. Thank you for being honest. Becoming an entrepreneur, interesting. Decluttering, amazing. To take that a step forward, why do you think you're daydreaming? Or what do you think are the things that are stopping you from moving from daydreaming to achieving it? What are those things that you think might be? You might not be sure, but maybe I just think, oh, maybe these are the things that is not making me move from daydreaming about time, okay, which is a very legitimate excuse. I like that. Okay, thank you for sharing. So most of us, we don't have time. Our lives are too busy. There's a lot going on. So I see Dorika saying time again. Olubuabumi says not focused on it. I like that. The next thing, anyone else? Anyone else? So we have time. Staying disciplined. So we have focus, we have time, we have discipline. Staying disciplined to my to-do. Okay. One more person, please. Why do you think, or what are the reasons, or what one thing do you think is actually keeping you in the realm of daydreaming in that area of life? Especially, I want to hear from Queen Esther because she had mentioned finances. Self-doubt, I like that. And as if she knew I was just coming to her. I wonder, is time not an excuse? We'll look at that. That's why we're here tonight. So let's look at this quote from John C. Maxwell. It says, victory is given to the one who finishes, not the one who starts. If you look at fear of starting and leaving half done, yes, all those things are legitimate. Whether it's time, whether it's discipline, whether it's self-doubt, whether it's focus, whatever it is, whether it's fear, they are all excuses, Dorika. They're all excuses. Even though they're excuses, they could be legitimate excuses. You know, they're valid. They're valid. So let's look at this quote from John Maxwell. He says that victory is given to those who finishes and not those who start. When we flip back to that picture I showed us, maybe I should just take it back a little bit. Look at this guy. All athletes, when they run, only those who get to the finish line are applauded. The ones who start and fall off half of the way or get there last, they never get recognized. Have we ever thought about why? Because people only see success. People want results and they associate with results. So when you say, for instance, that, oh, you've done something and you want to talk to people about it, the first question they will ask you is, show us your results. When you're working in a business and they're not generating results for the business, they will tell you that you're not doing enough. People only celebrate success, not process. Exactly. When you're trying to build a business, if you're not making sales, if you're not careful, the business will go into extinction because you need to get to the finish line. You need to move from the realm of daydreaming to the realm of an achiever. And what sets apart the daydreamers, the starters to finishers is what a lot of us often neglect, which is called commitment. A lot of people, when they saw the masterclass, like, commitment, what do I need to learn about commitment? It's something that we often overlook, but is very important. Your commitment, in fact, let me not get ahead of myself because let's start with definition. So what is commitment? So let's go ahead with the definition. So I have a definition here, and this definition is actually from ChatGPT, and I use ChatGPT for a specific reason. So it says, commitment refers to a state or quality of being dedicated. Earlier, when I ask what word comes to your mind, when you hear the word commitment, someone had said dedication. So here you come, your dedication. Being dedicated, loyal, and devoted to a person, a cause, a goal, or a relationship. It implies a strong determination to follow through on promises, obligations, or responsibilities, even in the face of difficulties or challenges. And I'm glad to say that when I asked us to share the words about commitment that we think, all of these words came up. Now let's take a look at the key words. The first key word I see there is dedication. Now, for Olufolake that says she wants to declutter, are you dedicated to decluttering? It can be as simple as decluttering. So do you feel that you need a level of dedication for you to be able to declutter? Now, for you to have that dedication to declutter, why are you decluttering? There must be a compelling reason for it. Without a compelling reason, you will not fall into that state of commitment. For me, when my space is scattered, maybe my table is scattered, not organized, my mind is not organized. So sometimes I say, oh, for me to think straight, I need to get my space organized. So that means for me, if I am committed to always thinking straight, then I need to always have an organized space. That's the reason for me. Queen Esther had shared about her not being dedicated to, or not being committed to growing her finances. The question is, how dedicated are you? Are you loyal to building a healthy financial status or getting into financial freedom? Are you devoted? When we talk about commitment, we're talking about devotion. What are you devoted to? It says you can also be devoted or dedicated or loyal to one person. Who are you dedicated to? Because when we talk about commitment, we're going to also talk about who we need to commit to, what we need to commit to. A person, a cause, a goal, a relationship. Whether you want to build a sustainable business, you want to be an entrepreneur like Oluwabumi, or you want to build financial literacy or financial freedom like Queen Esther, you need dedication, you need loyalty, you need devotion to be able to do it. Now, the second thing it says is strong determination. And that is what, if you ask me, what is my own synonym of commitment? I will say strong determination. So I want us to share in the chat box on a scale of 1 to 10. Remember that thing you said that you wish you would have done. Maybe someone says that finances, someone says writing, someone says reading daily. Would you consider yourself strongly determined to achieve it? Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. How determined are you to get it done? So I'm going to be looking at what we had written. Someone says reading daily, writing, finances, becoming an entrepreneur, decluttering. So let's see. Oluwabumi says 1. Good. Thank you for being honest. Dorika says 5. Olufolake says 3. Queen Esther says 5. Now, thank you to everyone that has answered. Where you lack strong determination, you do not have commitment. It's just like when we're in relationships, and I'm saying relationships because most of us on this call are married. I'm assuming that because I think I know almost everyone on the call. If you want your marriage to work, if you want your relationship to work, there must be that strong determination to make it work. It now says, the second word, it says, in spite of challenges or difficulties. That means in the face of commitment is difficulties and challenges. And that's where those excuses were given comes. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I am afraid to do it. I'm not sure how to go about it. I don't have someone to help me. Whether those difficulties are there or not, your commitment, your strong determination to follow through, to get success will determine the person, will differentiate rather from the daydreamer and the achiever. So if you don't get anything away from tonight, when you are faced with a lack of success in a particular area of your life, ask yourself, am I just wishing that I'm successful in this area, or I want to achieve success in this area? They are two different things. A lot of people want to be successful, but they are just wishful thinkers. They are not doing anything intentionally to achieve that success. And that element that is missing from moving from a daydreamer to an achiever is the element of commitment. So let's go on. Commitment is a choice. I'll take us back to that guy. That's going to be my favorite guy for tonight, this guy. If I ask you, what do you think this guy has done to win this race? What comes to your mind? Let's share in the chat box. Can you share a few things you think the guy must have done that helped him achieve success? Practice, discipline. Thank you. You see this guy? Rigorous training. Thank you. This guy, from the lots of practice. Thank you for sharing. From the very moment he made up his mind that he was going to run this race, setting a target. Thank you. He was committed to winning. He made a commitment to win. When I talk about commitment, just put strong determination. Anytime you hear me say commitment, just put strong determination. He made a strong determination to win. When we see athletes running, they made a choice. They made a choice to win. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So, yeah, strong determination. So look at this. Look at all of the people that started the race. You can imagine the number of people if you count the number of legs you see. Now look at the person who got to the finish line. That shows the difference between starters and finishers. A lot of us, because we have not moved or we have not understood the power of commitment, we are not able to move ourselves mentally from the realm of starting to finishing. When I asked, are we a starter or a finisher? A lot of us says we are finishers. You are not a finisher until you win the race or you finish the race. Let me not say win, but let's say finish now so that we can be a bit lenient. When you finish the race, when you get to the finish line, that's when you consider yourself a finisher. If you're in the middle, if you're at the beginning, if you're somewhere around, you're still a starter. A lot of people start a race and only few finishes. What separates a starter and a finisher is the commitment they need. To be a finisher, the life of a finisher is uphill. You're not a finisher until you finish the race. Yes. For those of us that are Yorubas, pardon me if you're not Yoruba, Dorika, my Tanzania queen, I'm so sorry. There's a proverb that says that a starter is not the, I don't know, please, the Yorubas, if you can put it in English, the starter is not the one who does the work. Something like that. That's a quote. The life of a finisher is uphill. The life of a committed individual is uphill. That means that the moment you have that strong determination to succeed in life, you will face challenges. This is commitment. Opposite commitment is challenges and difficulties. So your commitment has to move you through those challenges and get you to the finish line. Because for you to be considered a finisher, you must get to the finish line. People who win races are earlier committed to winning, and that influences the kind of decisions and actions they take. Remember, we're talking about commitment being a choice. Before you can win a race, you must have made the decision that I want to win this race. And because I want to win this race, I am committed to winning it. I have a strong determination to winning it. Then you ask yourself, how do I win the race if I am committed to winning? Now, let's talk about starters and finishers. Everyone starts, few finishes. Everybody. You see people starting businesses. In fact, there's a statistics that shows that almost 80% of new businesses collapse in their first 5 years. Almost 80% of new businesses in Africa collapse in their first 5 years. What is the difference between those who scale through and those who don't stay through? It might just be that they lacked commitment. And I'm saying might because when we talk about businesses, there are other things that influence the success of a business. Commitment separates starters from finishers. Starters want immediate gratification. Starters want immediate gratification. Now, let me shake a table here. Some of us want to lose weight. So what we do, and I'm saying this because I know that Queen Esther wanted to lose weight, and she's very well known to me, so I can use Queen Esther. And I have also been on the journey of losing weight in the last you're laughing as well. I've started being on the journey of losing weight in the last 2 months. And then what do? We we'll sign up for gym, we'll sign up for diet process, and then we start. 1 month, no results. So you are losing just 5 kg or 2 kg and like, this thing is not working, and then you give up. It's because you're not committed. It's because you're looking for instant gratification. Commitment does not look at gratification. Commitment is looking at the finish line. If you do not get anything out of tonight, remember, you're only a finisher until when you get to the finish line. So if you're seeking instant gratification, you're a starter. I'm sure if I ask the same question, are you a starter or a finisher? Some answers would have changed because now you know who a finisher is and who a starter is. Finishers stay committed until they cross the finish line. I've said that over and over again tonight. Starters think life should be easy. If you're expecting life to be easy, you are a starter and you lack commitment. It's good to see you, Sophia. You're back home. If you're expecting life to be easy, you're a starter and you lack commitment. Finishers know life is difficult. So when they are planning, they plan for the difficulty. They factor in the difficulty. When you say you are committed, in face of your commitment is life challenges. So I'm going to ask the question again, just for fun. Are you a starter or a finisher? Just put in the chat. Let's see everyone. I just want to see everyone type. Are you a starter or a finisher? Let's go. Finisher. Queen Esther. Finisher start. Finish starter. I love that. Sophia says finish starter. Good. Starter. Okay, good. Good. So let's go on. Now, who or what should we commit to? Starter, starter. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. And this is not to shame us. This is not to make us feel bad. It's just a wake-up call. It's just, yes, I like that, Oluwabumi. Some of us are finishers in some areas, and in some areas we're just starters. In fact, some of us, we've not even started. We're still in the dreamland in some areas. So you just need to identify those areas where your level of commitment is low or where you lack commitment and push your commitment level in it to get you to the finish line. So who and what should we commit to? The first person you need to be committed to is you. If I ask you, are you committed to yourself? You say yes. And then you're losing weight, you're eating cake. You're not committed to yourself. Sophia, did I hit you?
Kukuma just break the table.
Sorry, I'm saying this because these are people that I know. So for those of us that are new on the call, it's not to shame anyone. That's my weak area. I am not committed to me first. And I like the fact that most of us on this call are women. A lot of us women, we are committed to our spouses, we're committed to our children, we are committed to our home, and then last, we are committed to ourselves. You need to change that. You need to be committed to yourself. You need to be committed to your state of mind. What's your state of mind like? Are you committed to your mental health? Are you committed to your physical health? Are you committed to your joy? Are you committed to the peace you have around you? Are you committed to everything that has to do with you? Whether it's your health, whether it's your finances, because you can't give what you don't have. Then we wonder why we're not that good mother we think we should be. We wonder why we're not that best spouse we think we should be. If you're not committed to your own happiness, how do you make your husband or your spouse or your children happy? If you're not committed to your mental health, how do you expect to raise mentally stable children? And that's why you see a lot of women we carry too many baggage. It's okay. That's the way God has helped us. But when you start by prioritizing yourself, by being committed to your well-being, you become a better wife, you become a better mother. You become a better person even in the place of work. You must be committed to yourself. You must be committed to your success. You must be committed to everything. Talk about your body. Talk about the way you look. Talk about your mind. Talk about the things you put in your mouth. Now, when I talk about commitment, it's not just self-care. What are you listening to? Who are your friends? Who are your association? Who are you associating with? How do you relax? Do you sleep or you feel guilty when you sleep? For a long time in my life, whenever I'm sleeping, I feel like, oh, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm supposed to be cleaning the house. I'm supposed to be cooking. Today, I slept. The better half of this day was sleeping, and I'm so happy about it. I've never felt refreshed. Queen Esther, you don't have friends. You see that, and that's the irony of life. We have a lot of people on social media, and yet we are lonely. You need to be committed to yourself. If you don't have friends, what are you doing to have friends? You don't have to have a lot of friends, but you must have at least 1 or 2 people you can call and say, I just want to pour out my mind. It can be your spouse. Sometimes you even need female friends. People you can just call up and say, oh, I just want to share this with you. Or I just want to, I'm not a fan of gossip, but sometimes you just have some small talks that makes you feel better, not the one that will lead you into sin when you're putting other people down. So you must be committed to yourself. The next thing you must be committed is to your values. What do you stand for? If you're not standing for something, you fall for everything. Thank you, Sophia. Queen Esther, you have a friend. If you're not standing for something, you fall for everything. When we talk about values, we're talking about your spirituality. Are you committed to God? If you're committed to God, we will see it in your prayer life. We'll see it the way you spend your money. We'll see it in the things you do, how often you fast, how often you read the word, how often you go to church, how often you talk about God. So that shows your value, your relationship with God. Another value could be your money. The way you spend your money shows what you're committed to. For some of us, if they show our bank accounts, if you're always going to Aldi, and if Aldi, so I read something online. So for those of us not in the UK, Aldi is one of the cheapest grocery shop in the United Kingdom. So I read something online that from the data being collected by Aldi, they can tell those who will live long and those who will not live long. Because when you do your grocery list, they have those lists of the things you're buying. And so from your list on a weekly basis, they can tell based on what you're buying and what you're eating, they can say whether you live long or not. I read it online. People do these things without knowing that they are committed to killing themselves early, without knowing. It was not a conscious effort, but it was a choice by the things that they are doing. Are you committed to money? You want to earn more money. How strong is your determination to earn more money? Are you committed to growing in your profession? What are you doing about your job? Are you committed to building a profitable business? What are you doing about it? All of this shows commitment. You want to lose weight. You want to be fit. You want to build you want to have good children. What are your values? If you value your family, are you showing it by your commitment to them? What else do we need to commit to? You need to commit to your success. For some people, they feel success is very far, or success is for a privileged few. More than ever before, if there's something I know God is doing in this age, is God is giving everybody equal chances to be successful. The only thing is you might not be as successful as success is relative. So what success might mean to me might not mean the same to you. But God is giving all of us a chance at success, a chance to succeed. Are you committed to succeeding? Are you committed to reaching the finish line? Remember, the reason why most people don't get to the finish line might just be because they were not committed. They don't have that strong determination to get there. The reason why you are struggling in that area and you've not achieved success in it might just be your lack of commitment or your level of commitment. The next thing, or the next people you need to be committed to is your people. You need to commit to relationships. If you think you're living a life where it's just about me and my family, I don't need friends, I don't need people, let me shock you. When God wants to answer our prayers, he sends us a man. When God saw that we were all going to perish, he sent Jesus in the form of a man. So I don't see anything you're asking God that he will not send a man to you. If you're looking for a job, it's in the hand of one man. If you're trying to get sales for your business, it's in the hands of men. If you're looking for information, somebody knows what you don't know. If you need a coach to help you, that coach is a man. So most answers to the prayers that we're praying is in a man. So tell me why you should not prioritize relationships. You just have to pick your relationships by the Holy Spirit. You have to pick your relationship by knowledge, by intuition, by being discerning. Be committed to your family. And if you're committed to your family, we'll see how you show commitment. Be committed to your friends. Don't be the friend that call when you need help. Check on people. Be committed to your society. We find it very easy to blame the government, but what are you doing to contribute to the society? You work in a place, what is your commitment to them? Are you committed? Do you have that strong determination to be a contributor, to be a valuable member? These are the people or the things I feel we should be committed to. And if you're able to commit to these things, you would see a huge difference in the level of success you achieve in life. Now, let's look at this quote by John Maxwell. The secret to your success is determined by your commitment today. Now, let's do another thing, another table shaking. Based on your level of commitment today, if you were to rate yourself, you want to rate how successful you will be on a scale of 1 to 10, with your level of commitment now, raise yourself, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. It's for a good cause. 7, 4, 6, 3. Thank you. Thank you, especially for those who have low scores, below average. Thank you for being honest to share. The secret to your success, 6, thank you, is your level of commitment. The question is, based on your current level of commitment, rate how successful you would be from a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is the highest and 1 being the lowest. We need to raise our commitment level. Even if you think you're on a 10, there's something better than a 10. There's always more. You need that strong determination to get to the finish line, except you've decided that this is the finish line for you. So how do I mean? For instance, if let's say you're currently a student at the university, and you decide that the moment you get your certificate, you're not going to school again to study at that level, then that's the finish line for you. So what you need to do is to get your determination and commitment level up so that you can finish strong. Now let's talk about what commitment requires. And this is where a lot of people miss it. Please, if you've not been paying attention, this is the moment I want you to pay attention, because this is where we miss it. We do not know what commitment requires. Commitment requires a few things, just 3 things. The first one is your time. Time must be invested. Whatever you say you are committed to, you must give your time to it. If you don't plan it, you are not committed to it. If I see your to-do list, Oluwatobi, and I can't see those things you say you are committed to, you are not committed to it. If you want to grow your business and there's no schedule on your to-do list or your planner or your calendar about your business, you're not ready. You're not committed. If you say you love your family and you're not giving them time, you're not committed. If you say you want to grow your career and you're not giving time to your career, I'm not saying working on the job now, working at the job, growing your career, you're not committed to it. Time must be invested. You must spend time on you. How often do you sit by yourself and just spend time with yourself and think about what you're thinking about and reflect on how your life is going? If you don't do that often, you're not committed to yourself. Whatever you're committed to must take time out of you. There must be an element of time. You cannot escape it. So if you have to rate yourself and the time you're committing to that particular area of life, you will know whether you're committed or not. For you to have strong determination, let's go back to that guy those people the athletes that were at the finish line. There was time, they gave time to practicing. They gave time to running. They gave time to building stamina. So you cannot be committed without spending time. The second thing you must do is your money. They say put your money where your mouth is. If you're not spending money on it, you're not committed. If I check your bank statements and I don't see money spent on it, you're not committed to it. How can you be committed to God and you're not giving offering and tithes? How can you be committed to your family and you're not spending money on them? You're committed to reading books and you're not buying books. You're not committed. You want to succeed and you're not paying for courses. You're not joining master classes. We cannot see it in your bank statements. You're not committed to it. If you're committed to it, you'll spend money on it. And this is where a lot of people miss it. Oh, I want to succeed, but you don't want to spend money. I'm sorry, you're not committed. Your commitment level is not there yet. You want to become an entrepreneur and you're not taking courses on entrepreneurship. You're not taking mentoring. You're not looking for coaches. You're not doing all of those things. You're not ready. The first thing is it will take your time. The second thing is it will take your money. And the last thing is it will take your action. These are the 3 requirements of commitment. There must be time invested. There must be money invested. There must be action invested. For those of us in Thrivers community and those who did the Fit to Fly, we've been talking about massive action. What about if you want to do the course but can't afford it? You will find a way. When there's a will, there's a way. So let me make this more practical. And I don't just want to answer by saying you find a way. You can begin to save for it. So if you think you want to, okay, so I remember plan towards it. Yes, plan towards it. Save for it. For instance, if you want to do your child's birthday, because we women, we love our children, right? And you don't have money for it, what do we start doing? Start saving for it. Do you know that it's even easy for some people, I hope there's nobody like that on the call, to borrow money to do party than borrow money. Let me flip it. People will borrow you money to do party than borrow you money to do business. We do baby showers. We do bridal shower. Are we doing business showers? If you say, guys, I want to start a business, please come and invest in my business. How many people will answer you? A lot of people won't. You plan for it. You save towards it. You give yourself a timeline. See, when I say commitment, think in terms of strong determination. In face of obstacles. Money is that obstacle. Time, that time you say you don't have is an obstacle. You have to look for that time. You have to look for that money. And then you take massive action. John Maxwell would say that I can tell you where your life is going by looking at your daily habits, by looking at the things you do on a daily basis. He says it will tell you where your life is going. If I check your to-do list, if I check the things you do on a daily basis, I can tell where your life is going. Motion will cause friction. The moment you're committed to something and you begin to take action, friction will come immediately. Why did you join this call tonight? Couldn't you have been elsewhere? You made up your mind. You had a strong determination. I can see Olufolake in the car. She's driving. She's going somewhere. But she's determined to be here tonight. She took that action. The moment she registered, something came up. That's friction. The moment you decide to commit to something, there will be friction. There will be challenges. There will be difficulties. And that's why I said finishers will plan that difficulty into their plan. Everyone gets a chance, but not everyone takes it. Everyone gets a chance, but don't always say, and Queen Esther, I'm coming back to your question because I just feel that I should share this. Never let money hold you back. I have testimonies in my life where I want to do things and I feel that money is the thing holding me back. But eventually, the moment I make up my mind, supernaturally, physically, somehow, the money will show up. And I'm sure you also have the same kind of testimony in your life as well. That the money you make up your mind to do something, you just see God making ways for you in ways you least expect, in areas you least expect. So when you make up your mind, thank you, Oluwabumi, for saying that, for just testifying to that as well. The moment you step into action, especially, thank you, Jackpot money. Do you know what shocked me when I was still in Nigeria? Do you know how many damn food drivers were able to save money to Jackpot? And those of us that we used to call ourselves manager, we could not afford to Jackpot at that time. I remember taking, going to, I'm not sure if I was not in a bus because it was long I took a bus, but I think I was at a mechanic or something. And I just had a damn food driver saying, my friend has Jackpot, he's doing lorry driver in the UK. Like, he went to the UK to do lorry driver and he's making I'm like, a downfall driver thinking of going abroad. People in the office, they can't even save money to do it. It's strong determination. It's strong determination. And that is what commitment is all about. The moment you make up your mind you want to do something, there'll be friction, there'll be challenges. Think of the times you did not finish things. Think of the times you wanted to do something and you could not get to the finish line. Can you identify the reason? Can you identify the reason for not finishing? Look at a lot of people registered for this masterclass tonight. How many of us are here tonight? In fact, I even have people that did not register and are here tonight. Excuses. Thank you, Oluwatobi. You're getting the gist now. But trust me, these excuses can be valid. Thank you, Queen Esther. You just hit the nail on the head. Lack of commitment, lack of strong determination. Let's throw commitment in the bin and say strong determination. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. We said it almost the same time. It's commitment, strong determination. Another obstacle we find in taking action is feeling. You see your feelings? Some people are feelers. You know why? Now you Savio, Sophia, I don't know what you know. Some of us are feelers. I don't feel like praying. I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel like, I feel like eating cake. I feel like taking Coke. I remember in the Fit to Fly, somebody said the only time she's able to eat is when she takes Coke. So she takes Coke every day and she's wondering why she's adding weight. You cannot, thank you, Pepsi, you cannot be a filler and a finisher at the same time. You are distracting me. You cannot be a filler and a finisher. So you need to move from that realm of feeling to that realm of doing. Take massive action. And if you've been following me since January, we've been shouting, taking massive action. Take massive action. Take those actions. And let me say this, the moment you start to take action, you have more problems. But the mere fact of taking actions and having more problems, you take more action to finish to end the problem. And then the more you take more action, you have more problems, and then you have more problems, and you're taking action and you're moving. Strong determination. The final test of commitment is completion. You must finish. If you've not gotten to the finish line, I know some people that they are so hard on themselves that if they don't finish what they set to do in the day, they are not taking a break. Me, I don't have that level of discipline yet. The moment I'm tired, I'm tired. But I can do better. I can do better. The cycle should not stop. Move to the finish line. Know what you want to achieve. Advance attraction. Take action. Know what you want with your heart, with your mind. Involve every part of you. Strong determination. Have you seen a woman? And maybe we've not seen, or we've heard stories of a woman that wants to seduce a man. Can you imagine the level of things they do to achieve it? Make every day count. And that action is not what you take once in a while. It's daily action. Strong determination shown by the time you give to it, the money you invest in it, and the actions you take on a daily basis. These are the 3 requirements of commitment. I move on quickly. I think I spent a lot of time there. Let's talk about the benefits of commitment. When you have strong determination towards something, indirectly, you're increasing your confidence level. You increase your confidence in yourself. People, have you seen people that they're always winning? They're very confident. Look at what happened during the Nigerian match. After getting to the semifinals, they were making out, they will kill was it Cameroon or was it Ivory Coast? Because they've been winning, even though they didn't put in the necessary effort. I feel that they were just lucky. They didn't do the hard work. But when you do the hard work, when you're determined, you increase confidence in yourself. The reason you might be having low confidence or low self-esteem or low self-confidence in that particular area might just be because you are not doing the necessary things you need to do. Achieve more as you take consistent steps. Someone talked earlier about consistency. The moment you continue to be consistent, every time you're showing determination, you're showing up for yourself, you're committed to yourself, you become more consistent and you achieve more. You are considered reliable. People will rely on you when you're committed. You are seen as purposeful and capable. You stand strong in the face of adversity. When you're committed, no matter the challenges, you pull through. It's called following through. You follow through. And I'm looking at our time, and I think I did well on the time. So I want us to unmute ourselves and take this pledge of commitment. We're going to take it together. Let's unmute and just share this together. 1, 2, let's go. I pledge a commitment to my success. I pledge a commitment to my family's success. I pledge a commitment to my business success. It could be your career success as well. And this would be the end of tonight's session. But before we go, we have a few things we'd like to talk about. What would you do differently as a result of tonight's session? I just want to hear from us in the chat. What are you going to do differently? Remember, if you don't do anything differently, you're not different from someone that did not attend tonight's masterclass. What are you going to do differently? Let me hear it from us in the chat room. Please do not go yet. We just have about 5 minutes and then we're done. I want us to all stay to the finish line. So don't leave if you're committed. Be committed to yourself. Thank you, Queen Esther. Thank you. Anyone else? What are we going to do differently as a result of tonight's session? Start whether I feel it or not. Yes. Your emotions are not reliable. They can be very tricky. What are we going to do differently as a result of tonight's session? Let me get 2 more people to share and then we'll move on. 2 more people to share and then we move on. What are you going to do differently as a result of tonight's session? Be committed to the planned agenda and not shift the goalpost. Yes, stay committed to me. And I'll just increase my commitment level. And I'll just say this, be flexible, but don't shift the goalposts. Be focused on being an achiever. Be flexible, but don't shift the goalposts. Because the moment you begin to shift the goalposts, you're telling your brain that I'm not worthy of committing to myself. So if your destination is to become an entrepreneur, it might require you to start working for somebody first, but you know that you're going to be an entrepreneur. It might require you to be an entrepreneur from the beginning and weather the storm, but you know you're going to be an entrepreneur. So you're taking 2 different approaches, but the goal is the same. So question and answer. Let's take questions. Do we have questions? If you have any question, be committed to my commitment. I like that. If we have any questions, let's raise our hands or put in the chat box, unmute ourselves, and I will just take our questions. Any questions? So when we have a masterclass like this, and there are no questions, it's 2 things. It's either the speaker did a good job, or the speaker did not do a good job, or the learners did not pay attention. So I'm going to say I did a good job. I'm taking that. All right. So for those of us just joining, I see new faces. We're inviting you to join us at the Tribers community. I think you have been addressing questions on the go. Yes, I have been, actually. Thank you. Yeah. We're inviting those of you that are yet to join the Tribers tribe. Please join the Tribers tribe. Thank you, Sophia. That gladdens my heart. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. So join us at the Tribers tribe. It's free. You're not paying anything. We have free masterclasses. And then and we have a book club coming up in April. So please join us, the 10X rule. We are taking massive action. We're not jokers. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for the feedback. We're not jokers and we're taking massive action. Please join us. It's a book study. I just met this guy recently, Grant Cardone. You can look for him on YouTube. This guy is crazy. And I just like the way he talks. I love what he talks about. Queen Esther is smiling because she has started reading the book. And that book, it will give you sleepless nights. So If you want to join us, this is not free, it's a paid session. Please reach out. We'll look forward to that. And then we look forward to having you in our next masterclass, free masterclass in April, where we'll be talking about leadership. Remember, I talked about self-leadership earlier on, and we hope you're able to join us. And before we go, one more poll just to get feedback on what we can do better next time. So please don't go anywhere. Just help us with this poll so that we can become better. Feedback. I'm launching the poll. Thank you, everyone. So it's just 5 questions. Please fill the poll and we value your feedback. Please fill the poll. Thank you. So I'm going to put in the chat for those who would like to join the community. I'm going to put the link in the chat. We're on Slack. We use Slack. So feel free to join us. One sec. For those who would like to join us, Temitope, we look forward to you joining the community. Yeah, one person has filled. Thank you. The theme. Okay. Thank you everyone for filling. Please, can we get more people to fill the feedback? Are we allowed to ask questions about the community? Yes, 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 yes. You're allowed to ask questions about the community if you want to, please. Yes. Please, we need more feedback so that we can do better next time. Thank you.
My question is, I know in the community there's some people you ask them to put in their goal for the week. Is it for everyone or?
It's for everyone. It's for everyone.
Oh.
So what we do every Monday, just to hold people accountable, they share their goals for the week, and then on Friday or Saturday we ask them how did it affect. It's for everyone. So it's just that some people would participate, some people will not participate. So it's for everyone. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Okay, I know now. Yeah. Okay. And the second one is, I know when we did the Fit to Fly, I don't know, am I allowed to ask that as well?
Yeah, please ask questions.
So when we did the Fit to Fly, we agreed that we're going to be paired together in terms of the accountability.
Yeah, that's for the Fit to Fly members. Only those who participated in Fit to Fly.
Okay. The question I want to ask regarding that is there going to be like a structure we follow, or we just flow like that?
So we're going to share a structure.
I'm here with my new friend.
So we're going to share a structure about that. So we're going to share a structure so that everybody knows what to expect. So one of the things we try to do in the community as well is accountability, just to help people, because sometimes you drop the ball, but when you have someone telling you, no, get up, and they pat you, you're able to move on. So I'm going to share the structure to that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your feedback. All feedback has been duly noted. And I think I did well. One more question. Go for it.
Sorry, I apologize. One more question. Oh yeah. Is it possible, the fit to fly before you get takeoff? Is there a way you can help us arrange it? Like it will be easier to click that. Okay, week 1, because I know you post it.
I'm putting it on the platform so that you can just go to the platform and watch. So once that is completed, I will share with you.
Or is it going to be follow each
week
other?
Week by week. Yes, week by week. Like a course.
Thank you.
So we just signed up for, what I did was to sign up for an online LMS system. So you just go there, watch it, click completion and all of that.
Oh.
Yeah. And then this video will also be on YouTube. So if you're not also subscribed to the YouTube page, please subscribe so that you can always see new videos like that. Oluwatobi, please go for your question.
Okay, I asked if you've done the peering.
Yes, we did the peering. But if you did, If you missed the last session, then we'll have to do your own pairing later because we needed to get your consent before we can pay you.
No, I was at the last session.
It was the Saturday session, not the Sunday session. You missed Saturday session. So we need to get your consent before we can pay you. So now that I know that you're interested, I'll do that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I tried to keep it. Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Is it okay for me to grab you for a few minutes after this?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. I hope it was worth your time. I tried to keep it within 1 hour. I think I did a good job. See you in April Masterclass. Please join the community. Love you all. God bless you. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.